Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera, señorita.
Mom, you're stressing me out. I'll talk to you later. I gotta go. Oh, look, churros. Ah, that's so much fun. Oh my God. Hi, senor. Yeah, hi. Uno, uno. Yeah, por favor. Oh, senor. Hi. You have any gluten-free churros? Oh, no intended. Oh, gluten-free churros? No? Oh, okay, cool. Soy milk churros. Yeah, soy churros. No. Almond milk churros. No. Rice milk churros. No. Oh, okay, that's okay. I get. All right. Yeah, no. I'll just take a salad. Yeah, I'll just have a salad.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Joanna's Jewban kitchen. Today we are going to be making dessert. And we're actually going to be making one of my favorite things. And it's a little intimidating at first, but once you learn how to make it, it's super easy. So we're going to be making churros. And for those of you who don't know, churros are pieces of fried dough that are rolled in cinnamon sugar, and sometimes they're filled with vanilla. They could be filled with dulce de leche, but today we're just going to make the dough, and then at the end I will give you another special treat. So for today's ingredients, we're going to need 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of water, a teaspoon of vanilla, a tablespoon of cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and then separately, half a cup of sugar, 1 egg, a 1/3 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 cup of butter, and then 2 pieces of carrots. This is a very special secret that I'll show you about soon. 2 cups of oil, vegetable oil or canola oil. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put our vegetable oil on the stove to start heating up because we want it to get to the correct temperature, and all of the other things happen really quickly. So in here, we're going to have our vegetable oil heating up. It's at medium high. In another pot, I'm going to add my 1/4 cup of butter, and I'm going to start turning it on. I'm going to put this one on medium. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar. My 1/3 teaspoon of salt. And my cup of water. So this is what it's starting to look like. We're going to make sure that starts to boil. As soon as that starts to boil, we are going to add our flour to the mixture. So what I was saying about the vegetable oil was that you want to get it to 360 degrees. So I have a thermometer here, and it's very important that you get it to the right temperature because you want to make sure that it doesn't burn your churros and that the inside is raw and the outside is all dark. And you also want to make sure that they don't get all soggy. Once it starts boiling like that, I'm going to add our cup of flour. And I'm going to start mixing it. And put the heat on medium-low. And do it with a rubber spatula. You're going to start to get this consistency. And that's exactly what you want. So now I'm going to take the flour mixture with the butter and the water, and I'm going to put it into this glass bowl. And you're going to let it cool. So it should look like this. You're going to let it cool for about 7 minutes because after we're going to add the egg and we're going to add vanilla. So while we wait for this mixture to cool down, I'm going to show you how we're going to make our cinnamon sugar topping. You're going to take half a cup of sugar. You're going to take a tablespoon of the cinnamon. And we're just going to mix that up. When we take the churros out, we're going to put them on the paper towel just to soak for about 15 seconds. You want to do it really quickly so that they don't get too soggy in the cinnamon sugar before you roll them, because then it will just turn all clumpy. And you also don't want them dry because then they won't roll and stick to it. Okay, so now we waited about 7 minutes and we are going to crack our egg inside and pour a teaspoon of vanilla in it. You got to work quickly at this point because you don't want it to turn into a scrambled egg. Well, it could turn clumpy at first. You're just going to wait for it to get to a smooth texture, and then it's ready to go into our piping bag. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our piping bag and place it in. This is the kind of tip that you want. It's called Wilton 1N. You're going to take the churro mix and we're going to put it into the piping bag. I'm putting 2 carrots in here because I learned from one of my teachers in elementary school that showed me how to make sufganiyot for Hanukkah, and she always told me, whenever you're frying something, always put carrots inside, a piece of carrot, 2 carrots, just so that your stuff does not burn. So that is my secret. Now we're gonna take our piping bag and we're gonna work quickly and we're gonna pipe like that, and it depends how long you want them. And we're gonna make like that. And you can leave them in here until you start seeing them get golden brown. This should make about 20 big churros, or you can make smaller ones and you could serve it with ice cream. So now that we have our churros that we sat for about 15 seconds, we're gonna take some there. We're gonna roll them around. Yummy. They look, they smell so delicious. So you wanna do that with all of them. You can even throw all of these in at the same time and then put them on your plate. Our churros ready. I haven't showed you them yet, completely finished, but we are going to make café Cubano. So we are going to make Cuban coffee for those that didn't understand me. And we're gonna use Café Bustelo. I just opened up this brand new package and I opened it and it just smells incredible. And you need one of these coffee makers. This is actually an Italian coffee maker, but we use it for Cuban coffee. So in here I have water filled up to inside. The way I learned is you fill it to the bottom of the little screw that you see in there. You put this in. You're gonna take your coffee. You're gonna scoop it in. You're gonna put it on the stove, put it on low, and then the way you make the Cuban coffee, you add espuma. So espuma is foam, I guess that's what you say, but we call it espumita. So I'm gonna put like in here, it's about 1/4 cup of sugar, and you have to keep an eye on your coffee because you want the very first part that comes out. So remember last week how when I was doing when I was shredding the meat that I said this is exercise? This is real exercise, you'll see. When you make a cup of coffee like this, you really have to have patience. And I know it's not easy, especially waiting for something like this when it smells so good and you really want a cup of coffee, but I promise it's totally worth it. Now that the first part started coming out, we're gonna pour some in here. Not so much, just a little bit. And we're gonna mix like that. Between this and the heat from the oil, it's like I went to the gym. And always use a wooden spoon. That's just part of it. And that's what makes it taste so good. Okay. And as soon as it's done, I'm gonna take it and you're gonna pour. Oh my God, it smells so good. Now it already has some sugar in it, and it has the espumita at the top. And all you do is pour yourself a cup like that. So now we have our churros that are rolled in cinnamon sugar. And we have our cafecito. Salud. And l'chaim. Double.